Hey there everyone, John from Trizity Traveling. Today I continue my remake series of videos. Today I've remade the flight from Detroit to Seattle. I believe this is my first ever time in any sort of first class. This is a domestic first class flight by Delta Airlines. But before we get to more of the trip details and the actual trip report, I hope you'll take a second to click the subscribe button and hit the reminder bell to be notified of future trips. Today's flight on a 757-300 by Delta. The 757-300 I like to call a giraffe because it's really long and skinny like a giraffe's neck. Without further delay, let's get to the trip report. We're starting today's trip report in the central area of the McNamara Terminal. This terminal opened in 2002, but you wouldn't know it, it's in great shape. Everything is bright, clean, and looks brand new to me. The McNamara Terminal is actually split up into three different concourses, A, B, and C. This is the A concourse, and when you enter the A concourse, you're greeted with this pretty amazing water feature. The McNamara Terminal is used by Delta and any of its SkyTeam partners that fly to Detroit. The A concourse at the McNamara Terminal is roughly 1 mile long, so if your departure gate is at one of the ends, you're going to want to take the express tram. That's it right there. When you check the departure board, if you see the red circle with the train in it, you'll know you need to take the train to get to your gate, or you could have a long walk, your choice. And one of my annoyances about the Detroit airport is each of the windows, all of the windows, have these sun dots on them. I believe it's to provide some sunscreen, but sure makes photography difficult. Flight 1929 to Seattle today. Here comes the giraffe. The 757 is a single aisle aircraft. Features 24 seats in first class, 32 in Comfort Plus, and 178 in economy, for a total of 234 passengers. First class is arranged in a 2-2 configuration, with the remainder of the aircraft in a 3-3 configuration. Boarding began about an hour before departure, most likely because 234 passengers takes forever to board. The 757 is used for international flights. A single aisle international flight I think would be kind of excruciating if you were in economy. I would avoid that personally. And I mentioned I call this a giraffe. The 757 is 178 feet long with a wingspan of only 125 feet. So it's longer than the wings. First class seats feature in-flight entertainment screen, 37 inches of pitch and 21 inches of width. It's a roomy seating area. Power is provided at each of the seats, whether that be a USB or a universal plug. Again, big aircraft, 8 exits, 4 overwing exits. Here we go. It's always beautiful above the clouds. crossed over Lake Michigan right around Holland, Michigan. The seatback IFE is very responsive. I didn't find it to be delayed at all. 10 Cloverfield Lane for my video selection today. We finished flying over Lake Michigan by entering into Wisconsin. It's about the time we started our lunch service with some snacks, peanuts and a soda. No more peanuts due to allergy concerns. And my gluten-free meal today looks like grilled chicken and rice with broccoli, a salad, fruit salad, and dang, that's a tasty, tasty rice cake. Individual salt and pepper shakers. I didn't get a shot of it, but the cutlery was also metal with a Delta logo on it. Did some landmark spotting. Not sure about Waconia, Minnesota being much of a landmark, except for the people that live there, of course. Crossing into South Dakota, just south of Browns Valley. Just a beautiful day for a flight. Just past halfway to Seattle at this point. Little Missouri River. Looks very dry down there. I had Wi-Fi on today's flight, so used Flight Radar 24 to see some passing traffic. American Airlines 787. Without much delay, we're in Montana. Passing over the Rocky Mountains. Most of the snow has melted. This flight was at the end of June. Passing United 777. I love air-to-air shots. I got another passing Air Canada A319. All quiet in first class. Large first class cabin. 24 seats as I mentioned in first class. And we've crossed into Washington now, where the clouds begin to increase as we approach Seattle. The city of Chelan is at the very bottom of the frame on this shot. And we'll be traversing the Cascade Mountain Range as we approach Seattle. Thumbs up today for the water feature and the Detroit airport in general. I've had the opportunity to fly through Detroit many times over the last 10 years. Another thumbs up for the 757. Love the giraffe. Just about 15 minutes left in our flight today. We'll be approaching Seattle from the north. Last two thumbs up, I just showed you part of it, the moving map, because of the seatback screen. I'm a big fan of seatback screens if you watch my videos. And the final thumbs up today goes to the gluten-free meal. Very good. I wish I could eat this by choice and not by random chance. And time for the thumbs down. Only one thumbs down today, and it goes to those dang dots at Detroit. As a photographer, it really messes up your shots if you're not very careful. Something to keep in mind if you have a camera and you want to take pictures of airplanes in Detroit. As we wrap up today's flight, all music by Epidemic Sound. You can find a link to that in the description. And if you have any questions or comments about flying Delta Airlines, please post them below. I'm happy to respond to those. And as always, happy travels.